Good evening to all of you from my side, from my team, as well as my country. I, Dilip Kumar, am representing QS World Merit Pakistan from the platform of SEMA Classroom partnership with QS World Merit to raise awareness about the collective problem of the whole world, that is climate change. I, being a responsible citizen of Pakistan, want to highlight some issues generally faced by the whole world and particularly by my country. First of all, I want to appreciate the efforts of Rotary Club of Mirpukhas, Art Foundation, Mirpukhas, Park Green Foundation, Mirpukhas, and Bahameri Mirpukhas for their facilitation as well as their collaboration. And QS World Merit Pakistan that gave me this opportunity to work on this project and raise my voice for safeguarding humanity from increasing climate change. I am thankful to all those who are present here in this webinar as they are concerned about the issue. This shows your sense of responsibility and maturity of consciousness that you are here for the global cause. It is true that change is the law of nature and we like change. All the progress in the world is through the phenomenon of change. But the change which harms you and puts your very existence in danger is an alarming. Climate change is the alarming change, which is not only harm us, but our future generation. There's no doubt in the fact that this is the collective issue of whole world. But when it comes to contribute in air pollution, there are inequalities at the same time. When it comes to bear the consequences, there are further inequalities. However, in case of Pakistan, it is not among the major contributors, but it is the front lines in bearing the effect of climate change. We must speak, we must raise our voices against this menace before it is too late. Our global society is unaware of coming challenges. We must work collectively for socialization of masses about the severity of issues. We must work on the possible ground to fight this collective problem. We must nurse our injured home, Earth. We must join hands to protect ourselves and our future generations. We must save the Earth. We must save the lives.
Pakistan has made as far as the climate change is concerned, as far as the sustainable development goals are concerned, Pakistan has done a remarkable remarkable progress. Like few of the initiatives Mr. Dilip Kumar highlighted, the Billion Trees project and so many other projects. It is said that if not now, then when? So climate change is a global problem that needs to be tackled not by any individual, but for that every individual, every society, every segment of the society, every country has to play a part. This is a problem that is a global threat that cannot be solved by any single individual or single country. All the countries, all the organizations need to be united on this issue. Only then we can tackle it.
Our university has taken lead towards solid waste management as well. So in every aspect, we would really we try to follow religiously, and that's why our efforts. We have got one of the. I'm happy to share that there is a UI Green Matrix ranking, and we always come at the top 5, top 10 in Pakistan. Sometimes at the number 1 and number 2, paying more attention towards our like library, which is almost 18 hours open out of 24 hours. But we switch towards some. All the electricity connections, what we have got, we've gone through retrofitting. We've got now energy saving lights there instead of conventional lights. So we saved actually 20 kilowatts of energy. And then we switched over to solar. We saved another 40 kilowatts per hour. So this type of saving we already started. We are creating a lot of awareness. We are a huge platform of IEEE which is world's the largest professional body in terms of electrical, electronics, computer, IT. They are also emphasizing on green ICT, green energy, all these aspects, and I think having all this dimension in under the platform of QS World Merit, I think we can achieve more. Every individual has to play a big significant part in that, and I think they won't be far away. That we have already learnt a big lesson from whatever changing we saw this pandemic brought, and I think we should go back to nature, take care of our climate change, and I think arm our youth with all these good things which contributes towards achieving SDG goals.
SDG Asia is a global project. SPO Shelter Participatory Organization have been selected for SDG Asia among the 5 different countries around the world. And our intervention is a youth leads to the change. We executed the small community action project in the slum area of Hyderabad. We should look into our own resources. We should mobilize people. We should mobilize institutions. We can make the most out of all the resources.
So I thought there is something which is just defining the future of people. It's not about the talent. It's not about the skills. It's about the equal opportunities and also equal quality education. So I came up with the idea of mentorships, where I thought like a single 1-hour session can literally change of a life of someone. And I thought there should be some way where somebody from a Shikarpur can literally reach out to any successful person in America who might be like me. I can give back to someone in Shikarpur, so there was no way in channel. So I created a concept called Smart Mentor. I want hundreds of people like me to join my hands, and let's create a knowledge sharing ecosystem in the world. And let's help thousands of or maybe millions of people get the career counseling, mental well-being, and jobs. We are actually supporting a sustainable development goals, which includes a good health and well-being, and especially the mental health of a lot of students going through the poverty, going through like a lot of suicides happening because of the poverty, people not getting jobs, no direction, no hope. So I think there has to be something as a solution. How he can find who's the right person to talk to, who has already spent 10 years in the field. So this is where Smart Mentor comes in. We provide a technology solution to the communities, to the organizations, to universities, to schools, to enable and connect the two knowledge and two brains together. So you can see my screen. So it's like a quality education, gender equality, like a lot of girls in interiors and interior Balochistan, they can't even do a job because of the restrictions in the culture or some boundaries. So currently we also empower them to do online learning, online career counseling, which help like maybe hundreds of thousands of the girls to work from home and make the dollars, which not only help Pakistan, but it also helps their generations in the future. So I want to transform each and every NGO, each and every community without a single dollar of investment to start doing what they are doing on the maybe 100x or 10x impact level. Because you can't do like, you can do, like a counseling of 10 women maybe. In the whole lifetime, you can most probably doing hundreds. But with this platform, you can engage all the community holders through a knowledge sharing. If 1,000 people just contribute 1 hour a month, it can transform 1,000 people a month.
The water scarcity already affect have more than 40% of global populations. And with climate change, this is projected to rise. So this is creating a stressful condition for the country. Like Pakistan developed as a developing country. Many countries in the world are focusing on recovery from bioenergy recovery from sludges and simultaneous waste treatment. We are motivating different industries. We are providing the consultancy without consultancy fees, and we are providing them the techniques. We are providing them the solutions to different industries because water is...
Every citizen should know the better understanding of the climate change. And then we should also aware the farmers community regarding the soil water management. There's a need to adopt the high efficient irrigation system and increase water conservation measures and restore critical habitat of the climate sensitive species, because there are so many species. There are also endangered due to climate change. Parrots, MENA, and so on. There is a need to develop youth forums in various universities, and the curricula for the climate change may be incorporated in secondary, primary, and college and university level curricula. And I think that water conservation techniques, there is a need to adopt at a forum level. I would say that can we avoid climate change? No. But can we reduce climate change? I think yes.
We have installed more than 200 hand pumps in summer because there is a shortage of water, given more than 4,000 jackets uppers to the poor people.
The climate change is not a issue of some community or some of some country. This is a universal issue. This is an issue every country is facing, whole world is facing. And this issue brings all of us on one table. And now, obviously, when we are at the time where top climate scientists issued a code red for humanity. So this is basically a last warning, a last chance to us to implement the transformational changes. Our people are unaware of the issue. If you will be talking to any common person, the student or any person who is not that much social, or the housewife, they are unaware of the thing what is happening. Or if you will be like I used to move to so many villages for awareness purpose, for conducting session on the work I am doing. So where I used to ask the question that do you people know that what is climate change? Do you people know how we should control it, and what we should be doing and handling the issue we all are facing? They are really unaware. They don't know the importance of even plantation. They don't know the importance of saving water. They don't know the importance of so many other things what every local person should be knowing, being a citizen of any country. So what we need to do right now, we need to start awareness campaign. We need to utilize every resource to aware people. Every government department building, there is a garden, but that is not a green garden, that is a yellow or the garden without plants. So I have started talking to the authorities that we need to call up students or our volunteers. We can held some plantation drives, and we had done so many plantation drives as well. So we need to realize that how important this issue is in our capacity. If we are a student, if we are a housewife or any engineer or biologist or anyone belonging to any field, we need to engage every person in this cause now.
In my 40 years of life, I have seen 4 mega floods. The immediate impact of those floods included loss of human life, damage to the properties, destruction of crops, loss of livestock, and so on and so forth. I have seen a drought. I witnessed a severe drought cycle phase that extended up to 6 years. That was back in 90s. Heat waves in terms of global warming. So what is changing? What is happening because of that? A lot has been said, but the biggest change or the impact that I have seen that is just bringing us to the level of enmity between relatives and friends and neighbors. People living shoulder to shoulder became strangers to each other in such absolutely unbelievable events of floods. It appears that everyone felt insecure to each other in the wake of survival. That had an impact on entire social fabric. It politically divided us and gave a new life of outdated feudal system. Poor become poorer. The middle class is losing its worth. Crime has made the life of common people hell. And trust me, one of the ways or the other, this trail will end up on the issues of climate change. West is producing more, according to the facts and figures, the air pollution compared to our economies. Yes, that's right. But have we ever noticed that what we are absolutely right now draining into our freshwater resources, like canals and rivers? Why don't we bring our youth at the junior high level or high school level to connect them through the platform that Waqas has produced, and let them share their ideas, let them have a dialogue among them, and they can rise and come to help us along with our efforts to make our planet not only safe, not only livable, but we can live with our existing resources intact and still we can develop.
जब हम कुदरत के निज़ाम में छेड़खानी करते हैं, जो कुदरत ने दरियाओं की गुजरने की जगह बनाई है, जो समंदर के रास्ते बनाए, जो नाले बनाए, जो दरख्त बनाए, जो जंगल बनाए, वो सब चीज़ें हमने तहस नहस करके रख दी हैं सिर्फ एक वजह से, और वो है हिर्स, और वो है लालच, और वो है मटीरियलिज्म, कि हम किसी तरह बस यहाँ पे एक इन दरख्तों को, जंगलों को काटें या बिल्डिंगें बनाएं और पैसा कमाएं।
मैं गुज़िश्ता 21 साल से प्लांटेशन पे काम कर रहा हूँ, चेंज द क्लाइमेट पे काम कर रहा हूँ, और मैंने पूरे सिंध में तकरीबन 21 साल में 18 लाख प्लांट्स मैंने फ्री ऑफ कास्ट दिए हैं। इसमें मैंने किसी से कोई डोनेशन नहीं लिया, किसी से कोई चंदा नहीं लिया, मैंने सेल्फ बिल्कुल अपनी ज़ात से जो कुछ किया है, और मेरी जो जिंदगी है मैंने वक्फ कर दी है चेंज द क्लाइमेट के लिए, और मैं पूरे सिंध में दिन रात काम कर रहा हूँ, और जहाँ मुझे मौका लगता है, जहाँ से मुझे कॉल आती है, मैं वहाँ जाता हूँ और प्लांट्स देता हूँ। मैंने एजुकेशन फाउंडेशन को 1 लाख से ज्यादा प्लांट्स दिए हैं। मैंने एक निजी चैनल जिसका 2018 में स्लोगन था 14 अगस्त 14 लाख प्लांट्स, मैंने 1,15,000 पूरे सिंध में उसको सप्लाई दी थी, मैंने पूरे सिंध के अंदर। इसके अलावा मैं तमाम स्कूल, कॉलेजेस, तमाम इदारे, तमाम जहाँ पे जिसको नीड होती है, कॉलेजेस में, स्कूल्स में मैं जाता हूँ और बच्चों को ब्रीफ करता हूँ कि ये हमारी जिंदगी है, प्लांट्स लगाने के बगैर हम नहीं जी सकते हैं, ये हमारे बगैर जिंदा रह सकते हैं, प्लांट्स के बगैर हम जिंदा नहीं रह सकते। तो इसके ऊपर मैं अक्सर मैं कॉलेजेस में, स्कूलों में, जहाँ मुझे मौका लगता है, जहाँ से मुझे दावत आती है, मैं जाता हूँ और मैं उसके लिए कोशिश करता हूँ, और मैंने अपने आप को वक्फ कर दिया है। इस वक्त भी मैं अगर किसी को 10,000 प्लांट्स अभी कहूँ कि मैं देना चाहता हूँ, तो मैं उसको आज ही मेरे पास तैयार होते हैं और मैं तमाम लोगों को देता हूँ, क्योंकि इस धरती से मुझे बहुत प्यार है। मुझे इस धरती ने मुझे जो इज्जत दी है, मुझे जिंदगी दी है, मुझे सब कुछ इस धरती ने दिया है। सिंध धरती, मैं इसके लिए, इस मुल्क के लिए, इस पाकिस्तान के लिए मेरा सब कुछ कुर्बान है। हमारे यहाँ लोगों के अंदर अवेयरनेस ही नहीं है, हम तो दीवारों से टकरे मार रहे हैं कि लोगों को कहते हैं कि भाई दरख्त लगाएं, ये हमारी जिंदगी है, हमारी आने वाली नस्लों के लिए हम तो कुछ करें। पहले जो लोगों ने हमें जो दरख्त लगाए वो उसका फल हम खा रहे हैं, जो हम लगाएंगे उनका फल हमारी आने वाली नस्लें खाएंगी। तो ये हम पे फर्ज बनता है, हम अपने इर्द गिर्द दरख्त लगाएं, इस सरजमीन की हिफाजत करें।
अगर हमें वाकई ही क्लाइमेट चेंज के ऊपर काम करना है, हमें स्टार्ट लेना है स्कूल से, कॉलेजेस से, यूनिवर्सिटी से। हम यहाँ पे बैठ के 12 गुफ्तगू कर लें, सैकड़ों सेशंस कर लें, लेकिन अगर हमली ना होगा, कैसे होगा वो? जब हमारे जैसे एक्टिविस्ट या और जो क्लाइमेट चेंज पर काम कर रहे हैं, जस्ट लाइक दिलीप कुमार है, तो उन लोगों को मोटिवेट कर कर, उन्हें वो गैजेट्स प्रोवाइड कर कर, उन्हें वो इक्विपमेंट्स देकर उन इदारों में भेजा जाए। ऐड करें, मैं ऑन करता हूँ रोटरैक क्लब ऑफ को खास नहीं, मेरी रोटरैक डिस्ट्रिक्ट ने इस चीज की का इनिशिएटिव लिया। मैं चाहूंगा कि आफ्टर दिस सेशन, हमारे इस वेबिनार के बाद हम कोई MOU साइन करें, जिसके साथ मैं आपका पाबंद हूं, आप मेरे पाबंद हो, कि हम क्लाइमेट चेंज के लिए सच्चे एक्टिविस्ट बनकर सामने हैं। देखिए, बातें करने के लिए मैं समझता हूँ 2 घंटे और हम मजीद इस पे लेक्चर्स दे सकते हैं, बहुत अच्छे दे सकते हैं। आइए उतरिए, ग्राउंड पे काम कीजिए, आइए उतरिए, बात कीजिए, आइए उन तमाम चीजों पे जो है वो काम करें जिसपे हमें लिवेंस मिल सकें, जिसपे हमें वो पॉइंट्स मिल सकें कि जिससे हम इस क्लाइमेट चेंज को उजागर कर सकें। हमें कोई लंबे चौड़े प्रोसेस नहीं करने, हमें स्कूल से स्टार्ट करनी है, कॉलेजेस से स्टार्ट करनी है। अब इसका फिजिकल मुजाहिरा कैसे होगा? आफ्टर दिस वेबिनार, आफ्टर दिस सेशन, आप हम बैठकर एक MOU साइन करें, जाकिर शेख साहब, दिलीप के साथ हम इस चीज को का इनिशिएटिव लें और इसकी तमाम तर बेहतरीन प्रेजेंटेशंस बनाकर और मुख्तलिफ शहरों में, मतलब कराची के साहिलों से लेकर स्कर्दू के पहाड़ों तक हम इस चीज को फैलाएं। लेकिन सिंध गवर्नमेंट ने एक इनिशिएटिव लिया था कपड़े के थैले का, लेकिन वो पॉलिटिसाइज हो गया। इस तरह के गवर्नमेंट इनिशिएटिव को भी ऑन करना पड़ेगा, और गवर्नमेंट इदारे अगर काम नहीं करते, जिस तरह QS वर्ल्ड मैरिट काम कर रहा है या जिस तरह UN इस चीज को ऑन कर रहा है, तो हमें ऑन द टेबल इस चीज को प्रेजेंट नहीं करना होगा, बल्कि अमली तौर पर करना होगा.
It's not easy to have climate change initiative in Pakistan that easily, like everyone's talking, because we're a third world country and we need to accept it. That our issues are very different than first world countries. We have basic poverty issues. We have basic needs issue like nutrition issues. There are no proper educational, when it comes to talking about climate change, you can only talk about it if basic needs are met. Like there is education, there is health, there is water, and then you can say, okay, fine, let's work on climate change. But we can't, considering the fact that we have COVID issues as well. So that's, it's an economic strain on the economy. So if you'll go out and say, oh my God, let's work on climate change, they'll be like, no, why should we work on climate change? I mean, can't you see we have other issues as well going on? Let's work on that first. Automatically, you'll divert. So it's not easy. Rather, what is easy, like working on educational institute, but how? The thing is, maybe asking children that let's go out and plant trees. Not, if you go on with this narrative, you have to bring about climate change, it's kind of more restrictive. Because people start thinking in our country is, why are we working on climate change when other problems are not solved? I mean, we don't have money, we don't have food, and you want us to work on climate change? Let the government do it. So maybe you just need to change it. Just be like, let's go out and let's plant trees. So you need to change the narrative depending on where you are going. If you're working in Karachi, because their issues are different, then you talk to them about, how do you work with them? Please, aap saaf pani piye. First, you need to provide them the water, right? Provide them the water and then ask them to please use this. They use dirty water and literally there are no schools. First you build the schools, then you tell them about plantation. So, first you eradicate the poverty issues and then you tell them, okay, now this is what you do. So first help them overcome one issue, then, take them to the other part, climate change. It will require a vast, and very good team of planning. And obviously, I would also urge people to please work with the government. There are certain initiatives even some government is taking. There are certain initiatives that federal is taking. So you need to work with them. And unless you work with them, you would not know where you stand. So first get your groundings, and then I would urge everyone to proceed with whatever they want to proceed in whatever ways.
यहाँ पे जो क्लाइमेट चेंज का इम्पैक्ट पड़ा है, वहाँ पे कुछ जो रीजंस जो मैं एज डोमेस्टिकली जानती हूँ, जो लोगों से मैंने सुना है, उसकी एक वजह तो यहाँ की डिफॉरेस्टेशन है. दियामर का पूरा जंगल और पूरा इलाका जो मशहूर था वो ऑलमोस्ट खत्म होने को है. और सेकेंडली एक यहाँ पे मशहूर बात ये भी है कि सिंस थोड़ी सी जो है चेंजेस आ रही है इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर वगैरह में, मिट्टी के घर से लोग सीमेंट के घरों में पक्की छतों की तरफ चले गए हैं. इस रुझान की वजह से भी ग्लोबल वार्मिंग पे इम्पैक्ट बहुत पड़ रहा है और ग्लेशियर्स बहुत ज़्यादा पिघल रहे हैं. वहाँ स्नो लेपर्ड जैसे स्पीशीज इंस्टिंक्ट कर रहे हैं और ह्यूज लेवल पे माइग्रेशन हो रही है, जिससे यहाँ का बैलेंस और बाकी अदर सिटीज और कंट्रीज का बैलेंस भी बहुत ज़्यादा डिस्टर्ब हो रहा है. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम ऑल दीज आई कैन ऑल्सो लाइक ऑब्जर्व एंड सी लाइक रिसर्चर्स भी इस बात पे कहते हैं कि सिंस वी टॉक अबाउट क्लाइमेट चेंज एंड हम यहाँ जिस इलाके में हैं वहाँ पे दिस इज ऑल्सो मेकिंग पीपल डिप्रेस्ड के जब वो कंपेयर करते हैं बिफोर एंड आफ्टर का इन दीज डेज को उन चीज़ों के साथ और उसके इम्पैक्ट डिस्कस करते हैं. दैट इज वेरी थ्रेटनिंग, जो लोगों को डिप्रेस कर रहा है, लोगों को होपलेस कर रहा है और बहुत डिफरेंट तरीके से इम्पैक्ट डाल रहा है. हम टेबल टॉक के हद तक हैं या हम इस पे एजेंडाज बना रहे हैं, बट इनिशियली व्हाट वी आर डूइंग लाइक वो हम बात नहीं करते. हम थर्ड वर्ल्ड कंट्रीज में रहते हुए हमारे इतने सारे चैलेंजेस जिस पे हम इन टॉपिक से बात करते हैं, तो वी लिटरली गेट कंफ्यूज्ड कि हम कहाँ से बात स्टार्ट करें.
I think it's a very marathon marathon event went very well. We can move towards a different MOU signing. I think in New Year it would be a good start to have real MOU and to have some of the real work. I think We may add whosoever volunteers or the speakers present. Of course, the speakers, they have contributed, but those who have attended, who have been attending the session, they should also come forward that in their village or their town or their street, they planted 5 trees, 10 trees, small plants, whatever, and helped in suppose in those helping in any drainage system or whatever small contribution they should try to do and show us, and we can mention those at our one of the Facebook page and all these things.
I would like to thank everyone for joining the session as a speaker or as an audience. Thank you so much, Zakir. I hope everyone has learned something about climate change and how serious of this problem it is. And I hope everyone will play their part in spreading awareness about this problem. Thank you so much.